The bold and the beautiful never slows down. When one secret ends, another begins. This Wednesday, November 5th, passion and danger collide in one unforgettable episode. Steffy makes her grand return to Forrester Creations, Lee's loyalties take a shocking turn, and new emotions stir between Hope, Liam, and Sheila. Get ready, what's about to happen will leave even longtime fans speechless. The doors of Forrester Creations swing open, and there she is. Steffy Forrester Finnegan, the powerhouse, the visionary, the woman whose presence alone can shift the air in any room. After weeks away, Steffy returns not as a guest, but as a force. Her heels click against the marble floor with confidence. Every head turns. Applause ripples through the design office, followed by quiet whispers, admiration mixed with curiosity. She doesn't just walk back into Forrester, she owns it. But this homecoming is more than nostalgia. It's Steffy reclaiming her empire, a declaration that she's ready to guide, to challenge, and to redefine what Forrester Creations stands for. Soon, she's standing over the newest designs for Hope for the Future, the line she once dismissed as soft and sentimental. But this time, something's different. The sketches glow with purpose, bold, feminine, inspired. And for once, Steffy doesn't see competition. She sees evolution. Hope, nervous yet proud, hands over the final sketch. Her voice wavers. I wanted something timeless, something that speaks to every woman. Steffy studies the paper for a long moment. Then, with a gentle smile, rare, but genuine, she says, Hope, this is some of your best work yet. The room falls silent. Two rivals, now standing side by side. It's a fragile piece, maybe temporary, maybe transformative. But for the first time in a long time, Steffy isn't fighting Hope. She's rooting for her. And in the world of the Forresters, that's a revolution in itself. Moments later, the tone shifts from professional admiration to something far more personal. As the meeting wraps, Steffy turns toward Hope and Liam, the couple who once complicated every chapter of her own love story. Her expression softens, her usual steel melting into warmth. She walks closer, offering a rare smile that silences even Ridge. I heard about your engagement, she says gently. And I just want to say, congratulations. Hope's eyes widen in disbelief. Liam looks equally stunned, unsure whether to thank her or brace for another verbal jab. But Steffy's sincerity is undeniable. For once, her tone carries no bitterness, no rivalry, only genuine grace. You both deserve happiness, she continues. We've all made mistakes, but maybe this is where the healing begins. For a heartbeat, there's silence, and then, something miraculous happens. Hope steps forward and hugs her. It's brief, but real, a moment soaked in forgiveness, the kind that only comes after years of pain. Ridge, watching from across the room, can't hide his pride. He sees his daughter, the fierce, impulsive Steffy, standing as a woman who's learned compassion. Then, in true Forrester fashion, business meets emotion. Ridge and Steffy agree that Dicky Sharp's new designs will headline the Hope for the Future relaunch. For Hope, it's validation. For Dicky, it's destiny. The press will call it a comeback. But for Steffy and Hope, it's more than fashion. It's closure. Still, behind every peaceful moment in Los Angeles, there's always a storm gathering just out of sight. And when it hits, this new sisterhood may be the first to shatter. As the spotlight shifts, a new face steps into the story, Dicky Sharp, the designer everyone's suddenly talking about. His sketches saved Hope's brand, but his past? That's another story. Once the industry's golden boy, Dicky's career was derailed by reckless choices and emotional chaos. He's been called arrogant, unpredictable, even dangerous. But today, he's calm, focused, a man trying to rebuild not only his name, but his soul. Ridge sees potential. Steffy calls him a risk worth taking. And Hope? She sees brilliance, and perhaps, a little bit of herself. But behind the applause, someone else watches with longing, Remy Price, Dicky's former lover and the ghost of his darkest days. Remy's eyes follow Dicky from across the room, filled with regret. He once had Dicky's love, and lost it through deceit and obsession. Now, he wants another chance. Their confrontation comes late that evening, long after everyone's gone. Under the hum of studio lights, Remy approaches quietly. "Dicky, I know I don't deserve your time," he begins, voice trembling. "But I'm not here to make excuses. I just want to prove that I'm not that man anymore." Dicky stays silent, his face unreadable. Remy steps closer. "You gave me love when I didn't love myself. I ruined that. But I'm trying to change, and this time, I'm not running." A long pause. Then, Dicky finally speaks. "You hurt me in ways I can't even explain. But you're here now. Maybe that's a start." The moment hangs heavy, not forgiveness, not yet, but the spark of something new. For a man like Dicky, redemption isn't handed out easily. But in this world, the world of fashion, ambition, and broken hearts, redemption often begins with the courage to look back. And tonight, Dicky Sharp finally does. Across town, the city's glitter fades into something colder, the kind of stillness that always means danger in Los Angeles. Here, in the dim glow of Il Giardino, two women sit across from each other, women who once would have rather faced death than share a table. Lee Finnegan and Sheila Carter. For anyone who's followed their history, the sight is almost surreal. This is the same Sheila who once ran Lee off the road, left her for dead in a burning car by the pier. The same woman who haunted Finn and Steffy's lives with lies, chaos, and blood. And yet, somehow, they're talking. Not fighting, not screaming, talking. It began innocently, forced cooperation during Luna Nozawa's crisis, when both women had to set aside pride for survival. But something unexpected happened in the aftermath. They began to understand each other. Or at least, Lee thinks she does. Now, when Sheila speaks about regret and second chances, Lee doesn't scoff, she listens. When Sheila confesses the pain of being unwanted, Lee nods, almost sympathetically. It's unsettling, watching this transformation. Because Lee Finnegan, a doctor, a perfectionist, a woman defined by discipline, suddenly looks like she's lowering her guard. To her, maybe it's compassion. To us, it's the beginning of danger. Because when Sheila Carter finds empathy, she doesn't heal, she feeds on it. Is Lee softening? Or is she being pulled, inch by inch, into the gravitational field of one of the most manipulative women in soap history? Either way, this friendship feels less like peace, and more like a countdown. If you thought that Uneasy Alliance was strange, the next twist borders on impossible. In a quiet scene at the hospital, Lee hesitates, then says the unthinkable. Maybe Sheila deserves a chance to see her grandchildren. The words hang in the air like smoke. Because for fans, they're unthinkable. This is the same Sheila who shot Steffy and Finn, who nearly destroyed an entire family, now being discussed as a grandmother. Lee, once Sheila's most vocal critic, now speaks as though forgiveness is medicine. She insists that redemption must mean something, that even someone as broken as Sheila can rebuild trust. But can she really believe that? Or is this just Lee projecting her own guilt, trying to fix others the way she once tried to fix herself after losing control of Luna's situation? When Steffy and Finn eventually learn what Lee is suggesting, the fallout will be nuclear. Finn, who owes his very life to Lee, will feel betrayed in the cruelest way, his savior now siding with his mother's would-be killer. And Steffy? She'll see it for what it is, the first crack in the Finnegan armor, a chink that Sheila can slip through. Because once Sheila gets an inch of sympathy, she always takes a mile of destruction. Lee's compassion might come from a noble place, but in this world, noble intentions often lead straight to heartbreak. And if she keeps defending Sheila, she might not only lose her family's trust, she might lose herself entirely. Los Angeles is full of beautiful lies. And this one, dressed up as forgiveness, could become the deadliest of them all. But let's be honest, Sheila Carter doesn't change. She pretends. Her charm is calculated, her remorse rehearsed. And this week, the mask begins to slip. During one of their tense lunches, Sheila lowers her voice and mutters, "If Taylor ever tries to come between me and Deacon, she won't live to regret it." It's a chilling line, half joke, half threat. And Lee, astonishingly, doesn't react. No outrage, no warning, just a tight-lipped frown. That single silence speaks volumes. Because this isn't the Lee we know, the woman who once fought through fire to save her son. This is someone conflicted, unsure whether to fight evil or pity it. Has she been manipulated? Or is she playing her own long game, keeping her enemy close until the moment she strikes? For now, the answer remains hidden. But one thing is certain, Sheila smells weakness. And weakness is her favorite scent. She begins to lean on Lee more, calling her, confiding in her, even thanking her for understanding. It's not friendship, it's conditioning. Sheila Carter doesn't need allies, she manufactures them. And the more Lee lets her guard down, the closer Sheila gets to rewriting her own narrative, one victim at a time. When the past lurks this close, peace is only an illusion. And Lee may be the next name on Sheila's long list of tragedies. Because in Sheila's world, love and destruction are the same thing, and both leave scars that never fade. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that Lee and Sheila's bizarre alliance will deepen in the coming weeks. But how long can peace last when history screams otherwise? If Sheila crosses another line, especially with Taylor, Lee's fragile faith will shatter. And once that happens, no one will be safe from the fallout. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, Steffy's leadership might bring unity for now, but old rivalries never die quietly. Hope's engagement, Dicky's comeback, Remy's redemption, all threads in a larger tapestry that could unravel at any moment. Because in this world, beauty is never just surface deep, it hides ambition, regret, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. So as the week continues, two stories mirror each other in haunting symmetry. At Forrester, fashion is reborn, a second chance for artists and lovers alike. But in the shadows, redemption turns risky, and forgiveness becomes a weapon. Will Steffy's return bring lasting peace to the Forresters? Will Hope and Liam finally find stability? And most chilling of all, will Lee's compassion unleash the monster she once swore to destroy? Only time will tell. Because in the bold and the beautiful, every act of mercy comes with a cost, and every comeback hides a consequence.